Anyone who knows me knows I am a bit of an MCU fanboy. I wear that on my sleeve. I admit it. Maybe I'm too nice to them, but also I'm too nice to movies in general, I think, so I don't think it matters too much. I feel like I kind of want to give some context as to why I'm such an MCU super fan, because you'd think someone like me who sees so many movies and goes out of my way to see as many as possible and loves them so much, you would think someone like me would maybe get sick of this formula. To give you some context, the reason I love movies is, at least in part, because of the MCU. When I saw the first Avengers movie back in 2012, it changed my life. I know that sounds silly, but it's the truth. It changed my life. Before then, I thought I was gonna be a video game designer when I grew up. That was my track, right? Was video games. That was the media that excited me. I saw the Avengers and it's like a freaking switch flipped in my head. All of a sudden, I was like, I wanted to see anyone and everyone talk about the Avengers. I need to hear everyone's thoughts on this movie. And I wound up finding a lot of YouTube critics, most of which I'm not exactly watching anymore, but still, I watched those YouTube critics, watched their videos about the Avengers, which then turned me into watching their other videos about other movies and hearing them talk about these movies like Terminator 2 and Jurassic Park and all these kind of things that I wasn't super familiar with at the age of 14. And I went back and watched them, and then one thing led to another, and then next thing I know, I'm falling in love with movies. It's become my life. I literally became a filmmaker in part because of the Avengers. It's Avengers, Birdman, Swiss Army Man. It's that pipeline. It starts with the Avengers. So I was excited for Eternals. I really was. Ryan's not allowed to partake in this game, but before we move on to my thoughts, I'm going to give Austin and Joe one last chance to guess what I thought about it. Rennick, what's your final guess?
It's been eating me up since you mentioned that you weren't going to say anything, and it was eating me up when we went and saw Spencer a couple days ago. I'm either leaning towards you think that this is like top 2 MCU movies. Either you really consider this top tier MCU, or this is actually the worst Marvel movie that you've seen.
Okay, pick one.
Yeah, high and low. My bet's on he's gonna whip out some, like, this is my second favorite MCU movie. I like art movies. I like pretentious bullshit. I found this inoffensive. Tanner likes the MCU, which means this dude bid it hook, line, and sinker. That's my guess. For 100.
Okay, to give you guys context for my answer, I'm actually just gonna list out, this is the first Rotten movie on the tomato meter for the MCU, as I've mentioned several times. I disagree with that. I'm going to name off all of the movies I think aren't as good as Eternals. These are all the movies I like less than Eternals in the MCU.
Black Widow.
Thor: The Dark World, Thor, Avengers: Age of Ultron, The Incredible Hulk, Iron Man 2, Black Widow, Iron Man 3, Civil War, Ant-Man, Captain America: The First Avenger, Captain Marvel, Doctor Strange, Spider-Man: Far From Home, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Guardians of the Galaxy 1, Thor: Ragnarok,
What?
Black Panther, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, Spider-Man: Homecoming, Captain America: The Winter Soldier, Shang-Chi, Iron Man, Avengers: Infinity War, Avengers: Endgame, and The Avengers.
What?
I like this more than The Avengers.
Your favorite?
This is my new favorite MCU movie. That's the real reason why I gave the context about The Avengers, because I wanted this moment to hit that much harder.
The first twist in a Bomb Squad podcast.
God,
This is actually kind of a big deal, because man, oh man, does Tanner love the Avengers.
Joe Vrennick, when you gave your reasoning as to why you think I might hate it, one of the reasons you gave is you noticed I watched Avengers very soon afterwards.
Yeah.
Your reasoning being, it's because I wanted to remind myself of when MCU was good.
Yeah.
The actual reason was I wanted to make sure I wasn't crazy. Rein can vouch for this. When I walked out of the theater with him, you could practically see me levitating.
Yeah.
Right? I was so jazzed and energetic. Literally, the first words I said about the movie to Rein was, I haven't felt this way in 9 years. I haven't felt this way since I was 14. After I was done rewatching the Avengers, and I realized, yes, I really do feel this way, I went all over the place. I wanted to find everything and anything, everyone talking about this movie, just like I did when I first saw The Avengers.
Slid my ticket across the table and I said, sorry guys, I gotta see about a girl.